Good day. Today, we're going to discuss all about the three different kinds of technologies that evolve in the 21st century. And these are the virtual reality, augmented reality, and the mixed reality. What is virtual reality? Virtual reality is a simulated experience that can be similar to or completely different from the real world. Applications of virtual reality can include entertainment and educational purposes. Other distinct types of VR style technology include augmented reality. The use of the term virtual reality, however, was first used in the mid 1980s when Jaron Lanier, founder of the VP of Research, began to develop the gear including goggles and gloves needed to experience what he called virtual reality. There are types of virtual reality. The first is the semi-immersive virtual reality or semi-immersive VR. Most of the time, when people think of VR, they picture fully immersive systems like the HTC Vive or Oculus Quest. Unlike these technologies, semi-immersive VR offers users a mix of real and virtual interactive elements. At its most basic, semi-immersive VR is one of the oldest kind of the technology, but today companies are applying it differently. 4D movies may be the traditional use of the semi-immersed VR, but now the technology is primarily used for education. Flight simulators involving a moving cockpit and simulated environment on screens allow pilots to train without the risk of flying a real aircraft. As VR technology improves, developers can produce similar systems for other complicated tasks or professions. Next is the collaborative virtual reality. Critics of VR claim it could lead to people becoming too immersed and thus isolated, but the technology can bring people closer together than before. Collaborative VR takes video conferencing programs like Skype to the next level. This form of VR projects the same virtual environment to several users at once, no matter how far apart they may be. As a result, they can share ideas and work together on projects. Collaborative VR can be as simple as virtual conferencing room or as complex as an interactive 3D blueprint that engineers discuss and edit at the same time. The next is the manufacturing virtual reality. One of the industries with the most to gain from VR is manufacturing. VR and AR technology can ensure safety and quality at every step of the manufacturing process, from design to inventory management. Workers can use VR to train in simulated conditions before stepping into the factory floor. With the right tools, they can decrease the risk of injury when they work with the actual machinery. AR overlays help employees spot errors during quality control checks. Similarly, wearables AR tech will allow workers in inventory operations to identify parts of the products more quickly than the naked eye. Next is the medical VR. The field of medicine has a lot to gain from VR. In a business where accuracy and comprehensive approaches to problems are on utmost importance, virtual environments offer significant advantages across the board. The most apparent of these benefits is that doctors and nurses can train in immersive simulations. Medical staff can use VR to practice surgery in a safe environment with real-time feedback. These environments also prepare for any number of unique situations professionals might encounter. VR can create interactive digital models of the human anatomy that leads to a better understanding of different medical conditions. Apart from training, virtual or augmented reality can assist patients in rehabilitations and recovery where traditional methods have been fallen short. The next is the virtual reality therapy. Physical health is not the only area of wellness that VR can improve. Treating patients who have psychological disorders can be a complicated process, but VR applications help psychiatrists and therapists explore previously unavailable options. Professionals often treat patients with phobias or related disorders with gradual exposures to the source of the issue, a process called systematic desensitization or exposure therapy. VR allows this patient to undergo exposure therapy in a controllable, safe, and private environment, increase effectiveness and alleviating concerns associated with traditional forms of this therapy. Okay, this is the example of a picture of a virtual box. In this box, you can use cell phones to experience the virtual reality. In by using the VR box, you can experience the things that are you can see that the things that are real by using the VR box. Okay, next is the augmented reality. So what is augmented reality? Augmented reality is an interactive experience of a real-world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are enhanced by computer-generated perceptions information, sometimes across the multiple sensory modalities including visual, auditory, haptic, somatosensory, and olfactory. So we are going in augmented reality, we are going to use computers in this technology. Okay. Augmented reality technology was invented in 1968 with Ivan Sutherland's development of the first head-mounted display system. However, the term augmented reality wasn't coined until 1990 by Boeing researcher Tim Cowdell. The technology has come a long way with a growing list of use cases for augmented reality. For NASA simulations to immersive marketing experiences, augmented reality makes tasks easier and differently more fun. Okay. Augmented reality is deploying of interactive digital elements over the surrounding real-world objects. This technology is all about enhanced the real world with the use of virtual elements through a visual device. AR virtual objects are overlaid on and tracked simultaneously with the input received from a camera in a view of the real world. This creates a virtual illusion that effectively engages users in the virtual world. AR is creating its own space in the industry in several different ways and is used for many different purposes. The growing market of augmented reality app development services is helping the business to explore innovative ways to harness the potential of the technology. That is why new innovations and implementations are happening rapidly in this space. Brands and enterprises are evolving creative ways to leverage AR and gain a competitive edge in the market. Therefore, there are many successful AR apps running in the business. The market is leveraging this modern technology to understand its potential while exploring involving and the fundamentals of the augmented reality technology. Okay. There are types of augmented reality app. The best part of the augmented reality is that it is accessible for the ordinary users. Augmented reality companies are probably helping users to experience augmented reality with the help of smartphones. This is the reason we can observe the augmented reality is prevalent in various verticals. This has led businesses and globalization to the new heights of the latest development. Such evolution and augmented reality technology development created the most available and best fit AR mobile app development for various purposes. So let us have the look at the types of augmented reality. There are 4 types of augmented reality, and these are marker-based augmented reality, marker-less augmented reality, projection augmented reality, and the superimposition-based augmented reality. Marker-less augmented reality. Marker-less augmented reality is one of the most widely implemented applications in the industry. It is also known as location-based AR for the reason for the easy availability of the features in the smartphones that provide location detection. This type of app is mostly used to help travelers. Apart from that, it helps to discover interesting places within their current locations. This method works by reading data from mobile's GPS, digital compass, and accelerometer while predicting the user is focusing. The AR is also about adding location information on screen about the objects that can be seen from the user's camera. So here in markerless augmented reality, you can see the places and the maps with the use of the cell phones. Okay. The next is the projection augmented reality. This is one of the simplest type of AR, which is the projection light of on the surface. Projection-based AR is appealing and interactive where light is blown onto the surface and the interaction is done by touching the projected surface with hand. The widespread uses of projection-based AR techniques can be used to create deception about the position, orientation, and depth of an object. In such a case, this allows the user to take different objects into consideration and its structure in order to study in depth. This technology offers a whole lot more in every sense. This piece of tech is used for creating virtual objects for much larger deployments for experiencing augmented reality. Okay, next is the based AR. Marker-based AR is also called image recognition or recognition-based AR. This type of AR or augmented reality provides us more information about the object after it focuses on the recognition of objects. Marker-based AR technology has diverse uses according to the marker purposes. It detects the object in front of the camera and provides information about the objects on the screen. The recognition of the object is based on the marker, where it replaces the marker on the screen with a 3D version of the corresponding object. Therefore, the user can view the object in more detail and the various angles. Apart from that, while rotating the marker, user can also rotate the 3D imaginary as well. This acts as a reference of the AR app running on the system. Okay, next is superimposition-based augmented reality. As the word itself explains, the superimposition of the objects, this AR provides a replacement view of the object in focus. This is done by replacing the entire partial view with an augmented view of the object. Here, object recognition plays a vital role in replacing a view of an object with an augmented view is done. Okay. This picture is an example of an augmented reality, which you can see it is like getting the pictures or the objects into reality with the use of the cell phone. And also one of the example is the app of the Snapchat, where you can edit the objects, your face, to create another objects that you can put into your face. Okay. What is the difference between virtual reality and augmented reality? So in virtual reality or VR, the user perception of reality is completely based on virtual information. While in augmented reality, the user is provided with additional computer-generated information that enhances their perception of reality. For example, in architecture, VR can be used to create a walkthrough simulation of the inside of a new building, and AR can use to show a building structure and systems superimposed on a real-life view. Another example is through the use of utility applications. Some AR applications, such as Augment, enable users to apply digital objects into real environments, allowing business to use augmented reality devices as a way to preview their products in a real world. Similarly, it can also be used to demo what products may look like in the environment for customers, as demonstrated by companies such as Mountain Equipment Co-op or Lowe's, who use augmented reality to allow customers to preview what their products might look like at home through the use of the 3D models. Okay. What is mixed reality? The third technology is the mixed reality. Okay, what is mixed reality? Mixed reality, or MR, is the merging of real and virtual world to produce new environments and visualizations where physical and digital objects coexist and interact in real time. It is also technology that superimposes a computer-generated image on a user view of a real world, thus providing a composite view. The first immersive mixed reality system that provided enveloping sight, sound, and touches was Virtual Fixtures platform, which was developed in 1992 at the Armstrong Laboratories of the United States Air Force. Okay. There are types of virtual reality. The first is enhanced environment apps, or HoloLens only. One of the most powerful ways that mixed reality can bring value to users is by facilitating the placement of digital information or content in a user's current environment. This is an enhanced environment app. This approach is popular for apps where the contextual placement of digital content in the real world is paramount, and or keeping the user's real world environment present during their experience is key. This approach allows users to easily move from real world tasks to digital tasks and back easily, lending even more credence to promise that the mixed reality app the user sees are truly a part of their environment. Okay, here is an example uses. First is a mixed reality notepad style app that allows users to create and place notes around the environment. Next, another example is the mixed reality television app, placed in a comfortable spot for viewing. And also another example is a mixed reality cooking app placed above the kitchen island to assist in a cooking task. And another is the mixed reality app that gives user the feeling to X-ray vision, or a hologram placed on top and of the mimics and real world object while allowing the users to see inside it holographically. So these are just examples uses of the mixed reality. So next is number 2 is the blended environment apps. Okay, given Windows mixed reality's ability to recognize and map the user's environment, it is capable of creating a digital layer that can be completely overlaid on the user's space. Thin layer respects the shape and boundaries of the user's environment, but the app may choose to transform certain elements best suited to immerse the use of the app. This is called a blended environment app. Unlike an enhanced environment app, blended environment app may only care enough about the environment to best use its makeup for encouraging a specific behavior, like encouraging movement or exploration, or by replacing elements with changes. A kitchen counter is virtual skinned to show a different tile pattern. This type of experience may even transform an element into an entirely different object, but still retain the rough dimension of the object as its base. A kitchen island is transformed into a dumpster for a crime thriller game. Okay, here is also an example uses of the blended environment app. Okay, number one is mixed reality interior design app that can paint walls, countertops, or floors in different colors and patterns. Second is the mixed reality app that allows an automotive designer to layer new design iteration for an upcoming car refresh on top of an existing car. And one also example is a bed is covered and replaced by a mixed reality fruit stand in a children's game. So these are just sample uses of the blended environment app. Okay. Next is the immerse environment app. In the immerse environment app are centered around an environment that completely changes the user's world and can place them in a different time and space. These environments can feel very real, creating immersive and thrilling experiences that are only limited by the app creators' imaginations. Unlike the blended environment apps, once Windows mixed reality identifies the user space, an immersive environment app may disregard the user's current environment and replace it whole stock with one of its own. The experiences may also completely separate time and space, meaning as a user could walk the streets of Rome in an immersive experience while remaining relatively still in their real-world space. Context of the real-world environment may not be important to an immersive environment. So this is an example of mixed reality. So you can use the VR box to make the mixed reality also. And some people uses just a computer. This is a mix of augmented and virtual reality. So you can, as you can see in the picture, it is very high tech already. So now we will compare the difference between VR, AR, and MR. Okay, the virtual reality or VR immerses users in a fully artificial digital environment. So, and next, while the augmented reality or AR, it overlays objects on the real world environment. And the mixed reality or MR are not just like overlays but anchors virtual objects to the real world. So, did you understand our topic? Okay, that's all for today, and thank you so much for listening.